Hey guys, we got some images here that we got our first look at Brainiac from Krypton. Now this is pretty interesting here. We got a first look at Brainiac. It really is cool. It looks so accurate. It's pretty much perfect. It's pretty much Brainiac from the comics, especially from the Jeff Johns run and stuff. And it really is really cool. It really is really accurate to the comics. It really is cool. We also got a bit of a trailer that came out, but it was really just kind of a synopsis video, just kind of going over people talking about how they want to use Brainiac and how they're using it from the Jeff Johns run. So I think that's really cool to see that. And we also got I took some screenshots from the video. I figured I'd do a reaction to it, but I mean it's just not really much in there enough to react to. So here we're gonna go over just the picture stuff. The picture looks pretty accurate. I really don't know what to say about it because everything looks spot on, perfect, and it literally looks like they took it out of the pages from his comic and put it out there. So it's really cool with that. And then we got some photos here from the video. These are screenshots from the video with the ship of Brainiac, which looks pretty cool. Looks a lot like the Skull ship that Jeff Johns created and stuff. That's really cool with that. I really like the look of it, and even some clips of it kind of flying in and coming into planets and stuff, and with the tentacles going around and all that. It really reminds me of some of the shots of the what's his face from the Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. There was Galactus in there, so it reminds me a bit of that, but a little bit less, way more accurate than that was. So this looks pretty cool with that. I really like the look of this ship with the skull styling to it. Looks really cool. Here we got some of the look inside the ship. It looks, just like in the comics with like all the different cities and stuff, which is really going to be interesting with this because we get to see a closer look at some cities and stuff. It's really going to be fun to see where things go with this. With him being, they talk about him in the video being the villain of the season type thing, and that's really going to be cool to see that, and interesting how they're going to play with that, because ultimately if this is the precursor to Superman, we know that he's going to take the bottle of the city of Kandor and he's going to shrink it down, he's going to put it in the bottle so Superman can find it and do all that type of thing. So that's really going to be fun to see where that goes, and how do they play with that, and is this show going to take place in Kandor? Does S.H.I.E.L.D, if I'm not mistaken, Clark's grandfather, or Kal-El's grandfather. That's really going to be fun to see how that plays out with that. How are they going to build up the whole tension when Brainiac eventually has to, at the end of the day, he has to actually take the city of Kandor, shrink it down, put it into a bottle, and send that out there. I think that's really going to be fun to see where things go with that. Now, if you also have Adam Strange coming back in time travelers and things like that, maybe they're messing with time where things don't happen. I don't know. It could be fun to see where things go. But I think it's going to be fun to see how they play with that, ultimately knowing that they have to do that for that storyline in the Superman mythos. So we'll see when that happens. Maybe, since this is... I'm not sure when they got to look back in the comic books as what time frame does Brainiac take the city of Kandor and shrink it down. When does he do that? Does he do that during S.H.I.E.L.D's lifetime? Does he do it during Jor-El's lifetime? Does he do it, when does he do it? When in the history does he do that? If I'm not mistaken, it's S.H.I.E.L.D, his grandfather or great-grandfather, so I forget if there's S.H.I.E.L.D is Jor-El's father, if I'm not mistaken. And there might be one generation in between there. Other than that, he might be Superman's great-grandfather, but I think it's his grandfather. So I think that's really going to be fun to see where things go with that, how they play with that, And, if we meet him at the beginning of the first season, doesn't mean that, eventually Brainiac they don't defeat Brainiac. Brainiac comes back and, is able to do his own, is able to take it later on. So that could be cool to see that, how they play with that, and that's really going to be fun to see where things go with the whole idea of, eventually taking off City of Kandor. Because I feel like if they want to have Kandor in the show, I don't know how many cities they have set up in this show, or how many, are they creating extra ones? Because if I'm not mistaken, with this show, the whole point of this show is that it is Superman's history, but it's Superman's history. It's never been explored before. There's not much canon for this in the comic books, so I think that really could be cool to see where they go with the liberties that they're able to take, because this is the first time they're telling an in-depth story on Krypton without Superman. I think that's really going to be fun to see that. Here again, we got a few more shots of Brainiac and just going up to when he's kind of connected into the spaceship type of thing. It really is cool. Reminds me of, there's a cartoon that they did, actually, Superman, I forget, the All-Star Superman or something, where it was Superman versus Brainiac, and Brainiac ends up shrinking down Metropolis and all that stuff, putting it into the bottle and all that. I think that was a really cool cartoon, so I think it could be fun to do that, to nod to that, and I think it's really going to be cool. This definitely reminds me of that and the run from the comics. So here we got a cool glimpse of straight up of Brainiac. Looks pretty cool. I love the way they're going with this. The voiceover is perfect. I'm not sure if it's the same actor who's portraying him, who's voicing over, because obviously his voice is going to be so heavily changed. Even if it is the same actor, actor, they're probably doing voiceover and then putting it over to play it up. And he's not, they're not using his voice, regular voice, because that's just a great voice for Brainiac. And this, I mean, wow, this villain here in this version of Brainiac gets me so excited for this show. Wow. And I'm kind of comparing this to the Supergirl Brainiac from the Brainiac 5, actually, which is not technically, they're not the exact same Brainiac, but still a version, a Brainiac. And oh my god, is this one way better. I know that's supposed to be Brainiac 5, it's just always supposed to be different and all that stuff, but I mean, come on, this one is so much better. And I don't know how they can make the Brainiac 5 on Supergirl and then also do this one so perfectly. It's just mind-boggling, and I can't wait to see this show. And I definitely want to look up the run count, how many episodes they're supposed to get. I think it's only going to be a couple of episodes, nothing like a 20 episode, probably just like a 13 episode run, or we'll have to wait and see. Maybe they could go full 20, but I don't mind with these type of shows, like a shorter episode run, so that the budget per episode can be higher and the writing can be better, and there could be no filler episodes. I think when you do 13, you never really get any filler episodes. Everything gets stretched out to the max, but not too much, and everything is just really nice, and there's no filler episodes just to fill time and to stretch out a story. And I think this is really going to be fun to play with this in this show. So this is really cool. Definitely can't wait to see. Let me know what you think, guys, of this Brainiac. What do you think about his look? What do you think about his ship? And what are you most excited for about the Krypton TV show coming to Sci-Fi? And it's coming out March 21st. So let me know what you think, guys, about this in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes
subscribing
is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.